Hey there, it's Chuck with RogueBuilder.com. Going over some more Journey into Nyx spoilers. One of the big things we have here, starting off today, is Aegis of the Gods. It's an enchantment creature with a human soldier, and you have hexproof. It's a rare, 1 white. It's called Aegis of the Gods. There's the art. It is in a different language, so we don't have any clue if this is official or not, but it has been spoiled from somewhere else. So this seems pretty cool. If this is for reals, then you obviously cannot be the recipient of spells or abilities. So that would be pretty cool. We have Dikit of Heliod here for 5, 3 and 2 whites. An enchantment for flash. Creatures you control get +2/+2. Take a look at that. Seems pretty awesome. I thought this was going to be a sorcery for the art, but looks like it's an enchantment with flash. And creatures you control get +2/+2 for 5. So seems pretty decent. We do have these fonts that were released. This is probably the weakest of all of them. It's a 2-drop enchantment with a 3 cost activated. If you sacrifice it, you gain 7 life. Not a big fan of life gain. This was spoiled yesterday. This is Eidolon of Rhetoric. Each player can't cast more than 1 spell per turn. Seems pretty good, especially in limited. And Nyxfleece Ram I don't think I've talked about, but it's actually pretty good. It's a 0/5 2-drop, and it is not a defender, so you can pump it and actually use it to attack as well. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life, so it seems pretty good. It's going to be a limited, just awesome limited card. Let's go ahead and go down to blue here. I don't believe we've seen Battlefield Dramaturg yet. I haven't talked about this. This was released yesterday. Each instant and sorcery spell you cast costs 1 less to cast for each creature it targets. So this is going to make the strive mechanic a lot cheaper, and it's heroic as well. And whenever you cast a spell that targets Battlefield Dramaturg gains hexproof until end of turn, so it has the ability to protect itself if you target it, and then its static effect will make strive less expensive. So that's pretty cool. This one is new today. It's called Daring Thief. Whenever Daring Thief becomes untapped, you may exchange control of target non-land permanent you control and target permanent an opponent controls that shares a card type with it. So it has to be a human. But other than that, everything's pretty fair game. If it's human and you can untap this guy, you can steal another human that someone else controls. So that seems pretty good. And Font of Fortunes is sacrifice it to draw 2 cards. So you pay 4 for two cards basically. Not awful. Godhunter Octopus I have not seen yet. It is a 6 casting cost 5/5, and it can't attack unless defending player controls an enchantment or an enchanted permanent. So seems alright. Interpret the signs. And all of these I believe we've seen. So we'll go down to Font of Return. It is a 2 casting cost enchantment, and for 4, 3 and a black, you can sacrifice Font of Return and return up to 3 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. So this is actually the type of stuff that I want to see. Things that interact with the graveyard. So I like this card. It's going to be a limited good card to pick in limited, as it's going to return cards to your hand, and they're 3 target creature cards to your hand for 4 casting costs, basically, whenever you want to trigger it. So you can get it out there pretty early on and make good use of it. So I like that. And let's see here. Don't believe any of these are new. Bearer of the Heavens I don't think I've seen. This is when Bearer of the Heavens dies, Destroy all permanents at the beginning of the next end step. So it is a 10/10 for 8. So it's like an Arbor Colossus with a really cool ability. So, not awful. Pretty interesting. And let's keep going here. Font of Ire is a 2 casting cost, so you sacrifice it for 4. And sacrifice Font of Ire, and Font of Ire deals 5 damage to target player, so it's kind of like a Lava Axe that you can activate whenever you want, really. Not too awful bad. Let's see here. Harness by Force is a new one. Take a look at that. It's 3 casting costs, 1 and 2 red. It is a strive card, and Harness by Force costs 2 and a red more to cast for each target creature beyond, or each target beyond the first. Gain control of any number of target creatures until end of turn. Untap those creatures. They gain haste until end of turn. So for 6 you can gain control of 2. 9 you can gain control of 3, and so on and so forth. So that could get pretty out of hand, especially with Red Devotion decks. And nothing else really in there. Golden Hind I have not seen. It is a elk that adds green to your mana pool. 2 casting cost, 2/1 elk that adds green to your mana pool. So it is an elk that produces mana. That in and of itself is interesting. And Font of Fertility. Sacrifice Font of Fertility. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped. Then shuffle your library. So for basically 3 casting costs, you can put a basic land onto the battlefield, or it might serve you better to just have the enchantment. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So if this is going to be decent and limited. I don't really know. Other than that, I don't think it'll see any standard play. We have Hydra Broodmaster. I'm not sure whether I went on for that or not. And other than that, those are all pretty much what we've seen so far. And Disciple of Deceit is new today. Desperate Stand I have not seen. So this is a strive card, and it costs a red and a white more to cast for each target beyond the first, and any number of target creatures each get +2/+0 and gain first strike and vigilance. So that's going to be pretty good for the Boros decks. At least the creature-centered Boros decks anyways. Disciple of Deceit is an inspired card, and whenever it becomes untapped, you may discard a non-land card. If you do, search your library for a card with the same converted mana cost as that card. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. So this seems more like a Commander or EDH base card, as it's going to net value for them. Limited, it's not going to be that fantastic, as it's mostly just going to die, and you're never going to get a chance to discard and try to pick through things. And standard, there's no way this is going to make standard. So there is that. And other than that, that looks like what we have for the day. So would like to hear some comments on this, what we went through today. I'm liking the way this set is shaping up so far, and I apologize for the lack of content. I meant to do a draft tonight, and I didn't get to it simply because of the fact that I had a little problem with my transmission going out in my truck. So yeah, I spent quite a bit of time waiting for a tow truck to get me home tonight. So that is why I did not do a draft tonight, and I don't have enough time to do one, as they take quite a bit of time. So hopefully tomorrow night I will get to that, and I might even do a couple of them to try to get those in. And I want to do a little bit more with lore and stuff this week too. So I might try to delve into that a little bit this weekend, as well as put together a just some standard video play with the Golgari deck that I put together, which is very slowly turning into a Jund deck. So we'll see where that goes as well. So hopefully I get some more content to you guys this week. Thanks for being patient, and yeah. So there you have it. That's what we have for the day. and hope you guys enjoy this. Again, it's been Chuck with RogueDeckBuilder.com, and thanks for watching, guys.